Should America ban Bitcoin? One senator is actually asking the federal government to take this remarkable step, Joe Manchin, a Democratic senator representing West Virginia. Now, on Thursday, he sent a letter to the Treasury Department, the Federal Reserve, and other regulators, characterizing the virtual currency as encouraging illicit activity, as well as being highly unstable and disruptive to our economy. Now, it's unlikely that the Federal Reserve and the executive branch possess the statutory authority to prohibit Bitcoin without a new law enacted by Congress, but regulators likely do have the authority to levy more rules and restrictions on Bitcoin-related companies that would increase costs, decrease interest among investors, and at the margin, put some startups out of business. Now, are Joe Manchin's concerns about Bitcoin justified? In his letter, he wrote some of the following things. According to Joe Manchin, this virtual currency is currently unregulated and has allowed users to participate in illicit activity while also being highly unstable and disruptive to our economy. For the reasons outlined below, I encourage regulators to take appropriate action to limit the abilities of this highly unstable currency. By way of background, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that has gained notoriety in recent months due to its rising exchange value and relation to illegal transactions. Each Bitcoin is defined by a public address and a private key, thus Bitcoin is not only a token of value, but also a method of transferring that value. It also means that Bitcoin provides a unique digital fingerprint, which allows for anonymous and irreversible transactions. Now, Bitcoin has become a haven for individuals to buy black market items, and individuals are able to anonymously purchase items such as drugs and weapons illegally. Now, Silk Road was recently closed for a very similar thing, which is that they were doing a lot of their transactions in Bitcoin, and basically that made that most of the transactions were untraceable. And Joe Manchin was actually part of the committee that ended up cracking down on the Silk Road and actually prevented Bitcoin from being used in transactions there. Now, a handful of countries, including China, South Korea, and Thailand, have already banned Bitcoin, and there are some reasons for doing so. They've realized that it does have a lot of problems, from its significant price fluctuations to its deflationary nature. Just last week, Bitcoin prices plunged after the currency's major exchange, Mt. Gox, experienced technical issues. The problem with Bitcoin is that it's very untraceable. It's very easy to just basically transfer Bitcoins around without really knowing where they came from, and then also its price is very fluctuating, and basically Bitcoins are not very reliable for a very stable form of acquiring wealth. So with that said, maybe Joe Manchin is actually on something with his suggestion to ban Bitcoin. Maybe the US doesn't need to completely ban the currency, but putting more regulations in place could really only help, but basically it could really only protect people from basically being the victims of fraud and from being the victims of other things like losing a lot of money through Bitcoin or stuff like that. I really think that encouraging more regulations on Bitcoin might actually be a smart idea. But let me know what you think needs to be done about Bitcoin in the comments below. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!